It's coming up on 11:29 here at KDY. We're guessing around 11:30, so that was a pretty educated guess as we would be able to gather here for the announcement this morning. Ricky Torres telling us who he's going to be signing up to play basketball for the next 2 years. The Grizzly All-American point guard from Pinellas Park, Florida, who has been just a great player for the Grizzlies. And before we go to him for his announcement, let me swing this back just a little bit. We're doing this on Facebook Live, so I'm trying to keep things where they need to be so everybody can be seen. And the guy in the picture, Chris Pope, the head basketball coach of MSU West Plains, is here in the studio. Also, Ricky's teammate, Rashad Davis, is in here as well. And we've got Brian Ingalls, the play-by-play guy for the Grizzlies. And over here, Gary Lee, who welcomes Chris in every week to talk about Grizzly basketball. Well, we'll start, Chris, before we get to Ricky, talk a little bit about him, where he was when he got here as a player, and where he is now as he leaves to go play for somebody else.
Oh, he's the difference is amazing, to be honest, and it's not a thing. Unlike a lot of players who had to develop a lot of skill, have to add a shot, have to add a handle, this or that. For Ricky, I really think it was more experience than anything. A year ago, he hadn't played in a lot of aspects to the story, but he didn't play his last couple of years of high school basketball. Having the opportunity to play at a high level and just get out there and work through all the things that you go through with games, when directing a team, with being a point guard, especially at that position as a point guard. He had a long ways to go when he got here. In that first year, I think that was more than anything what gave him the confidence and everything that he needed to come back this year and do what he did. And it's been amazing. First team All-American. You mentioned he's our all-time assist leader by over 100 assists. So he's done a lot of things that are really spectacular.
And you mentioned his assist totals. That's reflective of two things. Number one, obviously, a great passer that looks for other people, and playing with people that can finish. Isn't that right, Rashad?
Rashad Davis. Well, we had 3 of the top 4 field goal percentage leaders in our region, to your point. But, it goes both ways. A lot of that has to do with him. A lot of that has to do with them. But, he's done a great job of putting them in those positions, and then they do a great job of finishing it off.
All right, well, let's swing it on over to Ricky, and we'll talk to him and get his information that we've been waiting to hear. Before you tell us where you've selected to go play basketball, Ricky, this place, what are your general thoughts about the 2 years you've had here at Missouri State West Plains?
When I first got here, I realized that it was a lot different than what I was used to. There wasn't really anything to do out here, and I kind of was like, man, this is going to be rough. But, being here for the 2 years that I've been here, I've grown as a person and I've matured as a man, and it's made me respect this place a lot more. And the people that surround this place and the atmosphere are great. So I just have so much respect for this place now than compared to how much I did when I first got here.
And you've had the chance, and this is an important thing, to have the kind of career you've had. You need to play with good players. And that's obvious that you've had really good people to play with.
Yep. Like my boy Rashad Davis over there.
He's not bad, is he?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
But anyway, as you were looking, and you've had a lot of people contact you, I know, interested in having you play for them. As you were thinking about the decision you were going to make, what things were you looking for? What factored in to eventually you making your decision? What were the main aspects of it?
My ultimate goal is to be a pro. So the main thing I was looking for was a chance to get on the court right away. Like I knew that if I was going to go to a spot, I couldn't be going to a spot that already had their starting point guard determined, from last year, and I come in battling. So that canceled off a lot of schools right away. Coaching staff was another one. I'm a big relationships type of guy. If I didn't have feel a good vibe or good relationships with the coaching staff, I wouldn't really mess with those schools either. And obviously their resume on how they send people to the professionals, because I want to go to the NBA. So I would look at previous people that they've had there and see the success that they've had sending people off to where I want to go.
We've had several players go from Missouri State West Plains to Division I schools. We've had players go to high majors in the past, but as far as recent history, you had probably a bigger field to choose from, and really, just depending on what your want was, you've had a lot of options. So I'm just going to leave it with you now. What's your announcement going to be?
Well, for the next 2 years, I'm going to be going to Wichita State University and playing with Greg Marshall.
All right. Congratulations to you. Well, I hate to admit it, but Gary was right.
Gary called it.
Well, we were talking here in the studio this morning, and there it is. Got the shocker hat on and everything. One thing that we were talking this morning, there were a couple of schools in Florida where you're from that were interested in you, but Wichita State has a lot of openings in that program. They've lost a lot of people, so they need to fill some spots. And so what was that? That had to be one of the things that won you over about them, right?
Yeah, I know that I can go there and I could be a leader right away. I've seen the guys that they have returning. They have some real good pieces coming back. I've seen film on guys that they've signed, and those are some real good pieces as well. I think we're going to be a lot better than people are expecting Wichita State to be.
Now, I heard you mention Coach Marshall. Have you had much interaction with him?
Yeah. We became really close over the past few weeks. I just love the way he is as a guy. He's real passionate in the way he goes about things, and that really intrigued me.
What sort of things did he talk to you about as far as the program goes?
He just, like I said, he wants me to come in and be a leader from day one, step on the court and be ready to go. Obviously, I'm going to have to learn the transition from JUCO basketball to Division I, but he said he's going to be right there with me, taking every step along the way.
Well, that's excellent. So, did you keep this close to your vest here and tell many people? Did many people know what you were going to?
I haven't told many people. I've told, the people that are real close to me, and that's about it.
Well, you've told everybody now.
Yes, sir.
So, that's excellent. We are so happy for you to have the chance to watch you play here the last couple of years. And you're a future Grizzly Hall of Famer, that's for sure. And we appreciate everything that you've done for the program here. In a short amount of time, you've helped, Rashad, and these other guys have helped lead this program back to where it once was. And that's no small feat. So Coach Pope and all you guys deserve a lot of credit, and you're right at the top of the list. So congratulations to you. We'll be watching you on television.
I appreciate it.
All right. Ricky Torres, a future Wichita Shocker. We appreciate the guys coming in here this morning to talk about this.
That's 2 shockers we have within a
you need to write a story about that, by the way.
30-mile radius.
Gary, it's
What's that?
11:36, and pleasure to have
right.
Coach Pope and Ricky and Rashad in here this morning with us here at KDY.
There you go.
Put your hat right there.
There you go. Oh, shoot.
That's cool stuff.
There it is.
It's a great